Hello and welcome back to the channel of MajorLuck92, the Shaman of Gaming. And before I get started today, I would just like to apologise for anybody who has been wondering where I've gone, which is probably nobody. I don't actually know I'm going up there, which is probably nobody. I just noticed that, you know, usually if you take a kind of hiatus away from your channel for any length of time, usually you lose a few subscribers. I'm not saying that I've got a lot to lose or a lot to gain. Usually you do, you know, lose a few if you go on any sort of break. But it's actually slightly different in the fact that I have actually gained a couple of subscribers. I'm not sure what, you know, base of videos that they've seen to want to subscribe. But most of the videos on my channel in recent times have been Dark Souls videos. So and also in that sort of same bracket, I just find it easier to, you know, talk over a video that I can sort of record for a longer period of time than maybe just a short multiplayer gameplay. Because this at the minute is actually live. I'm playing this live, but there is actually a basis and an actual topic that I want to talk about. And for those of you who are fans of Dark Souls YouTubers in general, or like Souls YouTubers, and anyone who is a fan of Epic Name Bro, this video is one that I'm going to try submitting to him as a video response. I'm not sure what video of his to actually submit it to, but I want to try, because it's something that I think a lot of Souls players, and especially people who are sort of avid gamers, can relate to. And basically that's that's basically the impact that the Souls games have had on me personally, and that's the reason why I actually think that a lot of people will be able to you know, it'll really reside with people, and people will be able to really see where I'm coming from, because there's a few things that this game definitely does. And in my life in general, and I'm going to go through a few things that sort of make this the case. In my life, one thing that I really have to focus on a lot of the time is determination. And this game basically is just the basis of determination. You know, that is one of the main themes of the game, is determination. And in my life especially, I've kind of grown to be known for determination in a sort of strange way, because of a couple of things that I've been through. And as I said, I'm going to touch on these things in this video. Usually I don't fight these, but let's just do it anyway. Yeah, I'm going to go through a couple of these things. And there's a couple of things that that ENB has actually said in the past, just kind of off the cuff, not when he's doing, maybe not even if he's doing a post-commentary video with a topic in mind before, but sometimes when he's just, you know, throwing ideas out in a live commentary. He's said quite a few times, let's just release this guy and just quieten down whilst he's giving us his dialogue. Would have been her supper without you. I completely lost my train of thought. I was talking about ENB mentioning something in a lot of his live commentaries, or he's mentioned it in a few, and that's it. You know, he's sort of really been kind of big on the idea that you know, his sort of channel is kind of just a hobby, and you know, and he really understands that some people, some people use games as a medium to actually escape everyday life and the sort of the tough times that you know it can bring for you. And honestly, that's sort of the main reason why I have played games as much as I have, and that's the reason why I've stuck with Dark Souls for so long, because of that fact. Actually, I don't even think I'm going to have to come down here. I've already got some large shards, and I haven't got the weaponsmith box yet, so I'm going to go back up. but it just gives me extra time to talk about what I want to talk about. Yeah, obviously a lot of people see games, and the reason they play so many games is they use it as a medium to escape the toughness and of real life, and they sort of escape to these games so they don't have to face these hardships straight on, and they can sort of escape for a while. And honestly, like I said, that's the main reason why I play games in general, and that's why I've stuck with Dark Souls for so long, because as I said, determination is a huge part of what I'm about. I've had to sort of just knuckle down and just keep going so many times, and it's difficult. Sometimes it is really difficult, but this game just throws it in absolute heaps, because it's basically what it's about. Everything that you have to endure in this game sort of reflects with me and really resides with me. Obviously I'm not a chosen undead, and I haven't fought fucking demons in my real life, other than ones that are, present themselves in your mind state and things like that. But maybe that's getting a little bit too deep on you. But yeah, every sort of hardship that you face is kind of like a sort of symbolic of the way that my life works in general. The fact that life is pretty difficult but not impossible, and if you actually take time to learn the ways that you can be successful in life, then that's how you really succeed. And obviously with the help sorry, talking about something really deep, but then I just absolutely flung that Hollow Soldier. And as you say, life sometimes throws you a couple of comical moments as well. But yeah, and obviously with the help of friends and people can help you along the way and give you a helping hand, that's obviously makes it much easier as well. As I get some magic on me, I just want to buy magic weapon, and that could be it for now. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, obviously with the whole co-op side of things, complete strangers helping you, but I need to attune that as well. It makes it much easier with the help of other people. And for every hardship, there is a way to do it if you take your time to actually learn the ways best to succeed. And I don't think a lot of people look into games like computer games, video games, whatever you want to call them, as deeply as others do. And I think this is really, I wouldn't necessarily say it's only in the Souls community, but the Souls community is a lot more, they have a lot more eye for detail, because these games have a much higher, like they've got much more detail in them than most games, and that sort of resonates with the actual community as well. I don't think a lot of other gaming communities are as close-knit, for one, and go as into depth about finding everything out as the Souls community does. And basically what I was trying to say about myself is that a lot of people don't go as deeply into games and don't actually tie games into their real life as much as I do, and don't use these things as symbolic like I do. They could just simply use it as an escape. Say if they've been having a pretty shitty day, just coming out onto something, and it's their medium for anger. Basically, it's like before I really played too many games, I did a lot of writing lyrics, things like that. What do I want to do? Writing lyrics, things like that. Sometimes it wouldn't even be, lyrics, or wouldn't be in the form of music or whatever. It'd just be literally writing things down, and that sort of helps quite a lot. That's the kind of thing I did, and I fully understand that people use computer games as a medium. I think it's a completely sort of natural thing, a healthy thing, because I do it, and it's got to be right if the shaman does it, surely. But yeah, with me, I sort of go much more into depth than literally simply just jumping on it to sort of escape. I actually sort of tie these things into my real life, and there might be some people who are watching this video that think that's a little bit strange, and all I've got to say to you is that you might have a different way of expressing your sort of negative emotions, of sharing them, and you could share that in the medium of you know, helping somebody out on this, for example, doing your good deed of the day, if you can call it that. But honestly, I just think that all these things perfectly tie in to the Souls games. They completely do, because you know, there's not just completely random forms of help. Obviously there's the online community with this. There's the wikis and game facts and different forums where people are constantly helping each other out. And to me, that's what people should do more in real life, you know. I actually see it a lot in my everyday life, and after I've sort of touched on this a little bit, I'll kind of go into a couple of the reasons why I actually use games as a medium for escape. But I see it quite a lot in real life, that if somebody is maybe, as I said, having a shitty like run of things, something's happened in their life, and they are, I was going to say moping around, but I only say that because that's what sort of people refer to it as. Like, I've had it in the past where people have kind of looked at me as being really negative and maybe a bit what's the perfect word I'm looking for? Yeah, it's a bit negative and a bit grumpy and a bit, you know, just sort of not outgoing very much. But these are people that don't really know about what's going on in your life, and a lot of people are ignorant to that. Instead of, you know, doing the thing that people should do, and people do in this Souls community, is if somebody needs help, you reach out and you help them. They sort of look down upon that person as being, you know, completely negative and not fun to be around. And I've sort of stressed a lot, because I've actually gone back to sort of writing lyrics a little bit. I've sort of expressed in some of the things that I've written that even in my own family, there's a lot of things that people don't really know about me personally, and maybe the fact that, you know, maybe people who think that I'm not very outgoing are right in, you know, that sense, because even some of my family don't know everything about me that they think they do in a way. They sort of seem to think that I'm content with where I am, for one. Where the fuck did you come from? Very odd. Yeah, they seem to think that I'm like content where I am, and what I mean by that is the fact that quite a while back now, I lost the job unfairly. I lost the job that I was in unfairly, and you know, I struggled to get back into work. I'm actually having some terrible financial issues at the minute, and you know, I do spend a lot of my time playing computer games, and basically the reason for that is, as I say, to escape from these things. And people seem to think that I'm content where I am, because I don't really let people know. I sort of kind of bottle things up a little bit, and that's why people have these kind of outlooks on me. God, I thought I was going to miss that then. Sometimes mistime that plunging attack. Yeah, that's kind of why people make these assumptions when you don't really know the full story. And as I said, maybe that is my problem. Maybe I do need to be a little bit more outgoing, and maybe that's why I've kind of jumped on this topic and decided to make a video about it. And I just thought, you know, what better game to do it on than a game that perfectly ties into what I'm talking about. Having to deal with these hardships, find a way around them. I completely forgot about you. you know, finding your way around them, whether with the help of somebody else or whether you literally knuckle down and you see for yourself that it is completely true that you know, life is difficult. It throws some very, very difficult things at you. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Well, I didn't, because I just jumped over it a second ago. I was just being really fucking scatterbrained, and I do not want to get cursed. What are you doing? Yeah, whether, you know, you actually use the help of somebody else who is sort of extending their hand to you, or whether you literally knuckle down and you find a way around it yourself. And that's kind of the path that I've gone, because, as I say, I'm not very good at expressing things if people don't ask, in a way, and that's kind of why I've done this video, because I just thought, you know, I don't really talk about it much, so why not just do it? Why not just literally try and be a little bit more outgoing for once, and actually talk about it during something that fits in perfectly, which obviously is this game. I've actually kind of been trying to sort this problem out myself recently. I've sort of reached out to a couple of my family members and sort of told them what's going on, and one of the things that I really stressed is kind of like the chosen undead, I suppose. Oh shit, I forgot, I'm not actually in human form. Okay, I'll have to come back to the area where Kirk invades, but anyway, that's going completely, I say completely off topic. I'm playing the game, and I don't really want to talk about the game too much. Yeah, I've actually reached out to a couple of my family members and told them what sort of the issues are, and, you know, like the whole co-op system, I've just called in the help of somebody else to, you know, to walk me through it in a way. And one of the things that I really said is, I wrote a sort of huge letter, and literally I have a huge family. If people don't know, I have like a gigantic family. Just my immediate family, as in my siblings, there's actually 8 of us, and then literally I'm the second youngest, so most of my older siblings have got kids. I'm like an uncle about, I think, 20 odd times, something like that. Yeah, this is where Kirk invades. Yeah, and I basically wrote a letter and I made copies of it, and I handed it out to, well, it breaks your poise quite a lot. I handed a copy of it out to every sort of little family within my families. You know, there's a few that are couples and things like that. I handed it out, and one of the things that I said is I listed down all these things that mentally I've sort of been going through over the past few years. Things that, like I said, quite frankly, they just didn't know. And like I said, the reason they didn't is because I don't really talk about it very much, unless I'm asked, basically. And one of the things I said, I listed all these things down, and then I really said at the end, and the reason that you didn't know about this makes me one of the strongest people that you'll ever know. And even though that sounds kind of like conceited in a little way, in a, you know, a little bit of a way, it's kind of true. It's kind of true, because bottling stuff up is actually much harder than you know, actually speaking to somebody, or, you know, finding some other means of escape and other ways to express it. It's much more difficult. It's trying to deal with things internally just isn't good. So I stress to people that play games and kind of just play games casually and literally just play it for the sake of it. Honestly, if you have any tough times in your life, try it. Try using this as a means to escape. get sort of intertwined into one of these worlds that you are used to playing every day. And I think that's kind of what a lot of people do with the Souls series, because it's so rewarding and it's so engrossing. You can completely get lost in these games, and I don't mean that in like the traditional, you know, sense of the world of the word. I literally mean you can just engross yourself in it and just use it as a sense of escape. And as I said, the thing that makes it even more perfect than just playing some other games, because there's some games where you can just be completely, I mean, I know you can be completely fucking aggressive on this, but there's some other games that are literally just based around aggression that you can use to express that. But the fact that this game presents these hardships for you, and it, for me personally, it's always been a really symbolic thing when I've played these games. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy just playing these games for the fun of playing it. Even if I'm not having a bad run of things, I'll still play these games for fun, and I still get a huge sense of satisfaction out of them. Either way, but for me, it's always been a kind of symbolic experience, and hopefully people can relate to that, and I'm pretty sure people can, and that's kind of why I want to try and submit this video to Epic Name Bro as a video response. For people who see this, if you're active on YouTube and you comment on things, comment, and because what I might do is I might leave this video up for a little bit, see how it goes, and then try and submit it as a video response. So if there's people that are active on YouTube and you comment on a few things, try and give me an idea of what video should possibly leave this as a video response to get the best results, because I would like people to see this. It's something that I've only really heard touched on in, you know, sort of drabs, just little, it's just mentioned here and now, and that's why I wanted to make a full video about it. I'm just going to buy some. I think he only holds 3, doesn't he? Yeah. You know what? I still didn't buy the weaponsmith box, did I? Oh god. Never mind. I'll probably end the video after I beat Gaping Dragon anyway, but yeah, never mind. Yeah, I've only really heard this talked about in sort of random junctures, random little, you know, dribs and drabs. People just mention it here and there, and you know what? I also haven't killed the channel, have I? The question is, do I have a bow? I'm pretty sure I do. There we go. Yeah, so I've really wanted to make a full video on it, talking about this, because it's something that I'm oh, what the fuck am I doing? It's something that I'm personally really passionate about. This is going to have to be some decent shooting right here. I got him. Actually takes a decent amount off. I didn't think it'd take that much. Are his soul arrows hitting the wall in front of him? Yeah, they are. That's a bonus. And he's poisoned. And I staggered him as well. He's dead. Yeah, I really, because I feel so passionate about it, I thought, you know, what better time to actually make a full video on it. I'll drop down her. Let's actually summon Solaire, because he usually doesn't survive for this fight. But, you know, as I've been saying throughout this entire... oh shit. As I've been saying throughout this entire video, you get by with a little help from my friend. So let's fucking do this. And another symbolic thing for me, maybe jumping too much into it at this point, I don't know. But actually, let me just wait until I actually get into the boss room. Another thing that's very symbolic for me, as I say, maybe jumping too much into it at this point. But, you know, you start off with a little problem. And then all of a sudden, it snowballs into a much spikier, bigger problem. But all the same, difficulties, not impossible. Actually fairly easy if you do it right. Nah, never mind. Because we have a magic problem solver right here in our right hand. Just gotta be careful about this fucking tail swing. Sometimes it catches you out. Let's see if Solaire can actually survive the fight. Wow. Did you actually see the attack that he just took? Like a man. Oh, he couldn't take that one though. Oh, he didn't take that one either. Kneecap the bastard. Well, if friends don't help you solve the problem, maybe they maybe they divert the problem away from you and onto them for a while until it kills them. I don't know. I do not know. Take the problem head on. Oh, fuck's sake. Tackle the problem head on. Maybe I might be cutting a little bit too close to the base there. I think that was the issue. I didn't actually realise that Gaping Dragon could take... I fucking got stuck on that the base of that pillar. I didn't realise Gaping Dragon actually killed the the space between you and it when it flies up like that. Usually, I mean, possibly. There we go. Possibly it's maybe usually because I'm stood near a wall or something. But sometimes, most of the time, he just flies straight up, and he's gonna chuck up, whatever you want to. Oh shit! I forgot to change out my swap Sorcerer's Catalyst off because I think it would have put me into mid-roll territory. Here we are again, slicing the fuck out of the problem. God, I love the ball. The ball swag sword. Oh, look at that. I feel sorry for the stubby little bastard. Do you want to slam down any point? Do you want to slam down at any point? Just taking a swaying. Need to watch out how close to the edge I am here. Look at him. Ha ha. SpongeBob laugh. What is he? What is his plot there? You know, there's actually been a bit of an influx in new players to the Souls community, which I'm really enjoying actually, because, as I said, I enjoy helping people out. And that brings me back to the whole in life kind of thing. I get a sort of kick off helping people out. And there's been a massive influx of new players on the 360, which is obviously the system that I play on, because Dark Souls is on sale at the minute on the dashboard, so a lot of people have been buying it, and a lot of the people that I've been doing co-op with don't really know what they're doing. And there was one guy who actually invaded me yesterday, and I think he was just sort of getting used to the mechanics. Oh, what the fuck? The mechanics of the game. I don't know that he knew really what he was doing. I don't really know why I did that either. And basically I just wiped the floor with him, to be fair. I'm not going to sugarcoat that shit like a mint imperial. But no, I just wiped the floor with him, and I was using all these sort of, you know, higher level PvP tactics. Like, I've actually finished the fight with an unlock pivot backstab, and he said good fight, and I you know, exchanged messages with him, and he said I need to watch my back, and I said basically that'll come with experience. And then since then he's actually been messaging me, asking me for tips on certain things, and you know, I'm more than happy to help new players out, because you know, everyone was new at one point. You know, some people came into Dark Souls with a knowledge of Demon Souls, which makes it a lot easier. I actually came in Dark Souls because I'm a 360 player. I have played around on Demon Souls. I've played quite a lot of it on other people's systems. But yes, everyone was new at some point, and the fact that I've been through those hardships and gained my experience from there being difficulties, and I've become a better player from those difficulties. I like to sort of give back, because I kind of understand what it's like, especially when they're going to be playing with more experienced players. It's always a kind of good thing. But basically, obviously the point of this video was that, you know, Dark Souls as a game and as a form of media has had a huge impact on me, and I'm sure I'm not the only person that is impacted in this way either. Some people might look down on me for this, maybe think I'm getting a little bit too far into it, but to be honest, I don't really care. I really don't. It's my form of expressing myself. I'm sure a lot of people will relate to this and will relate to everything that I've said in this video. Hopefully you do, and if you enjoyed, please, I might have to say please again, because I don't think I've really got my point across. Please show your appreciation by some form of comment or something like that. And obviously, as I mentioned earlier, if you can kind of give me an idea as to which Epic Name Bro video should possibly drop this as a video response to, that would be very, very much appreciated. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be trying to keep up with more content. Not sure what content that will be, but I promise that the Shaman is back. I will see you very soon, and